Hi, welcome to the COVID-19 Lake Norman and North Mecklenburg briefing call. Today is Friday, May 29th. Boy, this month flew by. My name is John Bradford. We are closing out our 10th week of doing these calls every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I am a small business owner, 2 businesses right here in North Mecklenburg, about 40 employees, former member of the North Carolina House of Representatives. And the whole reason for these calls is to really bring together healthcare experts, government officials, and business leaders to really provide real-time COVID-19 briefings to update, educate, and support the North Mecklenburg region during this outbreak. Here is a heat map of the U.S. You can see North Carolina is kind of middle of the pack. The total death count across the U.S. is 100,446,000 deaths, and we have just shy of 1.7 million positive cases of COVID. And comparing that to our call from Wednesday, just 2 days ago, we were at 98,261 deaths. So we've had about an additional 2,000 deaths. And in terms of total cases, we're at 1,066,000. So looks like another 35,000 cases or so. Obviously, cases are increasing because there's more testing available, but I did want to share this information with you. Moving to the state of North Carolina, this is the most recent data. We're at 26,488 positive confirmed cases. Compare that to Wednesday at 24,000 cases. Again, testing is a lot more available. So as we test more people, there's going to be likely more positive tests. So just want to share that. And then deaths, 859 deaths to date. And we were at 766 deaths on Wednesday. And hospitalization, we're at 680 currently hospitalized compared to 621 hospitalized on Wednesday. There is some new interim guidance out for youth, college, and amateur sports programs. So I know a lot of people, a lot of parents out there with children who play youth sports, college sports, and amateur sports. There's a whole set of guidance here for how you can conduct business and the DHHS recommendations for limiting sports activities, including golf, baseball, cycling, swimming, dance, tennis, disc golf, horseback riding, and more. You can find this by going to the Department of Health and Human Services website and look for the interim guidance for these particular sports programs. So we have a lot of sports in our area here in North Mech, and so I thought that was important to share. Phase 2, you all are aware that Phase 2 started last Friday, which was a week ago at 5 p.m. So we've been under that for 1 week. We're under it's called a Safer at Home initiative. And this is supposed to last 4 to 6 weeks, somewhere in the end of June, early July is the tentative date. I even heard a date of like June, I think 26th or 29th. But obviously there's a few more weeks to go. There are some businesses open, restaurants are now open 50%. But there's also, I think, there's not really some parity on a couple of things. Let me give you an example. House Bill 536, which actually passed yesterday. We'll talk about this in a moment. This bill is going to provide any food establishment that prepares or serves food or drink to be able to open and operate for on-premises consumption of food and beverage. And this is for outdoor seating. And it's going to apply to any private club or a private bar or a winery or distillery. So, so this helps sort of level the playing field for some of these business owners who have outdoor space where they could do the social distancing, they could allow 50% capacity, but just because they're classified as a non-restaurant under the current Phase 2 order, they're not allowed to open. And that's not a level playing field. I mean, what's the difference? So, this bill was bipartisan. It passed the Senate and the House yesterday and then has now been sent to the governor for ratification. And it's going to bring parity to the reopening rules specific to outdoor dining areas for multiple other business classifications other than restaurants. And so what's really interesting to me is I've been asked questions, or how are Raleigh folks voting on these things? So how did our local Raleigh elected officials vote on House Bill 536, which was intended to help support small businesses that have really been penalized because of their classification as a bar, winery, distillery, taproom, or private club? Well, Senator Natasha Marcus voted yes to support it, and Representative Christy Clark voted no. So these are interesting things to share with you. Phase 3, when we get there, is supposed to be 4 to 6 weeks from now. Obviously, Phase 3 will even be more reduced restrictions than Phase 2. So that's something to, obviously get excited about. And I want it to get here as quick as you all do. So when it gets here, there'll be even more reduced restrictions in phase 2. Mecklenburg County, 3,645 positive cases and 87 deaths. And again, we're going to continue to have positive case increases, and we're likely going to continue to have deaths in our more vulnerable populations. One death is one death too many. However, that is the sad reality. It is noteworthy that almost all deaths continue to be older adults greater than 60. There have been a handful of deaths from 50 to 59, and one death was someone who was aged 43. But all the deaths except one have occurred amongst adults with underlying chronic illnesses. So again, a vulnerable population. And then more than half the deaths in Mecklenburg County have been connected to active outbreaks at long-term care facilities. So just again, real interesting data points with you. Remember the 3 W's: wear a face covering, wash your hands, and wait 6 feet apart from folks for social distancing. Face shields. I've had a lot of people reaching out to me saying, well, are these only for medical healthcare workers? No, this is a private company who is selling face shields. They're in North Carolina, $8 a piece for a frame and a shield. I wear a small little cotton face mask when I go shopping because it's my choice. But if you don't want to wear those and you want to have a shield, you can get that. Or maybe you have a business and you want your workers to not have to wear those little cotton face cloth covering masks, and maybe the shield is better. And one picture shows both. These are all options for you, and just wanted to share it with you. $8. It's called Layered Manufacturing Consulting. Their phone number is 248-210-1021, or you can go to their website right here on your screen. And then if you need a face cloth covering still, there are cotton coverings made right here in North Carolina in Dara Mills, $2 a piece. Youth and face covering or sizes are available, $2 a piece. You have to order 12, so it would be a dozen minimum, and then you pay shipping. You can wash them in the washing machine. These are ones that I have, and order them for my employees and friends and family. And I'm very comfortable when I wear them. So again, if you want some of these, you can order them. Visit Lake Norman is open with some normal operating hours, but they do have safety policy procedures in place. So just know that if you're a realtor and you want some brochures, you can call them and they'll put those brochures out. So you can just come by and pick them up. Or if you're someone who wants to visit our area, which we welcome anyone to come visit our area, and we'd love for you to come shop and spend your money with our new businesses that are getting back to opening. And of course, if you want to go in and just visit and see the visitor center, they have one way in, one way out. They've got the proper signage posted, and you can buy stuff from the gift shop. Or if you don't want to have any activity with people, you can still order their products online when making purchases. I just want to thank our briefing panelists. I give them a break on Fridays. We've had Congressman Greg Murphy, who's a medical doctor from North Carolina's 3rd District and also a graduate of Davidson College. Dr. Jack, we call him Dr. Jack Fairclough, a local medical doctor with Atrium. Every Wednesday, we have the United States Small Business Administration Director of North Carolina, Thomas A. Stiff III. Mecklenburg County Commissioner, at-large Commissioner Pat Coughlin has been on every single call. Cornelius Mayor Woody Washington has been on every single call, maybe 1 or 2. He sent someone from his team. Huntersville Mayor John Anarella has been on every single call. We've had some visits from David Commissioner Matthew Fort. We've had some visits from CMS board member Rhonda Cheek. And then Bill Russell, the CEO of the Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce, has been on every single call. And of course, my name's John Bradford, former House Rep, and I too have been on all these calls, putting them together, organizing and bringing them to you to help you. You can find these calls posted on my Elect Bradford Facebook page. That's where I put them and post them. And then you can also follow me on Twitter. I tweet them out. John Ray Bradford is my Twitter handle, as they call it. So if you would like to follow me on either one of those to get these, please do. Our next briefing will be Monday, June 1st. So we will be into June. You can send your questions to lkntogether@gmail.com. That's lkntogether@gmail.com. We've had lots of questions. I just had another question yesterday, so I sent that to some folks to try to get some answers about testing statistics. So please keep those coming. We are stronger together. I hope you have a great weekend. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Thank you for listening. This does conclude today's call.